The issue of gene editing is the discussions are ongoing by the African Biosafety Regulators Forum, and from some of the discussions we've had over the weeks, we have reviewed that it's not all aspects of the gene editing that will be subjected to biosafety regulation. It's going to be selective regulation on the basis of the fact that there are some of these gene edited products that may not go through genetic engineering process.
Genome editing is a tool that we think as scientists is going to help us to have solutions to the challenges that we have. In genome editing, we are using CRISPR.
CRISPR is a new technology that is just coming in the market. And it's coming to an environment that has already been so polluted with all this kind of misinformation, disinformation, and it's rather a very confused environment.
How are we now going to govern CRISPR technology?
As Malawi, we currently don't have provision for genome editing, but we have a biosafety law, and which basically focused on genetically modified organisms that results from modern biotechnology like genetic engineering.
South Africa in the late 1990s put regulation in place for genetically modified organisms, and now because CRISPR technology is related to that, the first question is, should they be regulated as GMOs or not?
I think the regulators need to have a scientific view of this technology. If there is no new DNA being inserted, then the product coming out of it should be treated like the conventionally bred products.
With this technology of gene editing, we feel like some of the products where there are simple deletions with no foreign gene integration, in several countries those type of products are not regulated.
We feel we can improve our law so that it can be encompassing, it can be broad, and if you look at the product of genome editing, it's not everything that can be regulated. Those which are free from recombinant DNA can be exempted, but those which have recombinant DNA will still undergo through the same assessment as the other genetically modified organisms.
We're definitely not going to change our legislation. The South African legislation, as it stands, is sufficient to regulate these new breeding technologies or CRISPR, because in the end of the day the decision is made, you either have a GMO or if it's not a GMO, it's a conventional crop. So depending on exactly how you use the CRISPR technology, you can either end up with a GMO or you can end up with something that's not a GMO.
But the products which are non-GM, they don't have recombinant DNA, they can be considered as any conventional varieties.
If we use this technology in improvement of African staple crops, then that means that they can go to the farmers in a shorter period of time, because there will be not much hurdles from the regulatory, but also the regulatory thing is quite expensive. So this type of thing can be more precise, more timely, and inexpensive.
These discussions are geared towards ensuring that the use of gene-edited products are used to enhance the economy of Africa, and we believe we will ensure that the regulatory aspect of it will be done in a way that will not impede on the technology, but at the same time, safety will be our watchword.
This genome editing technology, we must handle it with a lot of care so that it doesn't go the way the GMO debate went.
For me, a technology that is going to enable the farmer to improve their productivity is a technology that should be nurtured well, and that is why it's very important that let's get this right. Let's get CRISPR right this time around.